Good morning and welcome to the last day of July. It's amazing. It's already here. For those of you with kids, that means that school will be starting here pretty soon. And I know some people are thankful for that. Some people might miss their kids. For others, it's just another day. So as we wrap up the July season, this will be our last morning show of July. And my name is McHugh David, publisher and editor of the news. We appreciate you joining us this morning. You can find these shows as well as our long-form podcast at www.livingstonparishnews.com/podcast. You can check them out there. They are free. We have both the audio and video versions of them there. We are also pushing our content on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube, as well as our website, www.livingstonparishnews.com. It's $5 a month for access. If you're having trouble staying logged in, please let us know. We'll get that fixed for you. 225-665-5176 is our phone number, or you can email Drew at lpn1898.com. We also have an app that we use for push notifications. If you don't want to pay, at least you can have it for some of the breaking news, which is also free, which are things like traffic updates, construction, weather, that sort of thing. Again, we appreciate you joining us this morning. If you're here with us live on Facebook, we also appreciate it. If you're listening to us later because you just didn't have time, please don't watch us while you drive. Kicking it off with traffic, it's a slow morning thanks to the fog. Delays beginning on I-12 heading westbound at Denham Springs all the way to Airline. Heavy delays at the 10-12 split. Florida Boulevard looking relatively clear heading westbound into Baton Rouge. 64 delays on Highway 64 heading into Central, minor at best. Your weather for today brought to you by brproud.com. We have a digital partnership with them. That is WVLA NBC 33 and WGMB Fox 44. It's currently 73 degrees and it feels like 73 degrees. Thank goodness. We don't have any kind of confusion there. There is a relatively high % chance of afternoon thunderstorms today with a high of 87. Also a reminder, if you're a DirecTV or AT&T customer, you're currently not getting Fox 44 News. If you want to take action, you can call 1-800-288-2020 to get to try to get those contract negotiations moving. How that affects you? Well, if you watch the Saints are coming up. Preseason starts here pretty soon. And if you want to watch the Saints, the NFC games come on Fox. So you're going to need it coming here in the fall. Not only that, if you're looking for good local news, you need to have them as well. Jumping into the issues of the day, new movement on the commercial construction at Premier Concrete in Watson. As of yesterday, Mr. Gary Frog Talbert announced that he had spoken to parish officials, including Parish Attorney Chris Moody. And according to Moody, after some discussions post-Parish Council meeting last week with Premier Concrete, they would be willing to submit a drainage impact study for the building, as well as build a privacy fence, which had come up during the meeting. Unfortunately for Talbert, the public input part of the entire process is still left out, so he intends to continue to, his intent to bring up the resolution demanding that the parish president force the project to go back through the beginning of the commercial permitting process. You can read about that online. We also have a poll asking the folks of Watson what their thoughts are, really the folks of Livingston Parish, what their thoughts are on this whole scenario and this commercial permitting process from Watson for Premier Concrete. We're interested in your thoughts. The poll is online, www.livingstonparishnews.com/opinion. We also would appreciate it if you'd share it, get your friends to vote. We want as many votes as we can get. Like to get as large a sample size as possible. So we'd appreciate it if you could share that. Lots of school news coming out from yesterday's committee meetings. First thing delivered is that the school district for the time being is going to be taking their systems down to avoid the ransomware that has affected several parish-wide school systems in the state. Most notably Monroe up in North Louisiana. So this is precautionary tale here as they try to work through protecting themselves from that. The other big deal here, there are several big deals as those stories roll out from Kevin Fambro, who was there for the marathon of committee meetings yesterday in Livingston. We'll find out more about how the school districts are wrapping up the summer administratively, heading into orientations, which start today for some schools and roll through Friday. First day of school is next Friday, August 9th. I don't know why they start on Friday. That's not my decision. There was a bill submitted by Mr. Bill Cassidy, a bipartisan piece of legislation looking into paid family leave for those ladies who have to go on maternity leave and those sorts of things. You can read about that, again, www.livingstonparishnews.com/news. There's also, from just a logistical school standpoint, there is a great story. It's the focus of our Thursday paper about how the schools, they don't stop, and most people know that. While the kids leave and teachers do get a couple of weeks off, they do have to come back. Almost, the administration doesn't really get a couple of weeks off. They almost immediately have to shift gears and start preparing for next year. And of course, the teachers have been back since late June, also preparing for this year. Kevin Fambro caught up with the superintendent, the director of curriculum, among others at the administration building, talking to them about how things lead into next year. You can check that out. Those stories are at www.livingstonparishnews.com/news. It's called No Rest in the Summer, and they will be spread throughout Thursday's paper. Also, if you get the paper on Thursdays, you will notice that we are trying to divide up the news section into, I guess you can say, separate holes dedicated to specific content. So the feature starts on page 3, then 4 and 5 are usually parish news and the jump for the feature. Then we have the opinion and obits kind of right next to each other, and then we start getting into Denham, Walker, Watson, Springfield, Livingston, that sort of thing. So we hope you like that. If you have any comments, please leave us a comment on this. I will also be attaching the online poll, a link to it, to this show, so people can see that. Like I said, we are looking for votes on that. We're looking for your opinion. We are interested in it, we being the news. Football has begun, and we are knee-deep in them now. We have 5 schools here who participate in football: Denham Springs, Walker, Live Oak, Springfield, and Albany. So far, you've gotten Live Oak and Denham's preseason stories. You will be able to find Walker's as of right now. It went live at 7:30 a.m. It is all about new coach, McHugh, trying to get his team to buy into a new system. They're excited about the new year. It is at www.livingstonparishnews.com/sports. Also in sports, a lot of Southeastern news rolled out last night. Actually, just a lot of college sports news in general, which is great. Rob Yarman and William Weathers, our sports editors, really keep up with Southeastern and LSU. Especially right now, Coach Selfo's at Southeastern football is looking for a little consistency opening camp. They have some injury issues, that kind of thing. Tough preseason ranking in the Southland Conference from after media days was complete. However, Southeastern's Petit Frere, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, who is a wide receiver, has a preseason All-American honor in the FCS. So, Rob will be keeping an eye on him, keeping y'all informed. On college baseball side, and this is from William Weathers, LSU's Maneri is heaping praise onto former Denham Springs star Cade Doty, who is committed to play for the Tigers. Really likes what he sees. Those brothers are playing together. It's a very interesting story. It's actually the sports feature for this week. You can check it out in our Thursday edition. That'll do it for sports. Again, we talked about it last night. The arts feature for this week is a gentleman from Denham Springs who's releasing an album. His name is Michael Sanchez. And Techno Sound Studio is where he recorded his album. You can read about it, www.livingstonparishnews.com/arts_and_entertainment. That will also be in Thursday's paper. Almost forgot. Izzo's Illegal Burrito and Lit Pizza, who are owned by the same parent company, will be anchoring a strip center in front of Hobby Lobby in between the Chevron and the Starbucks. You can check them out. Excuse me. You can check them out. It's at www.livingstonparish.news.com/breaking_news. We pushed that out because we wanted people to know about it. Last but certainly not least, the winner of this year's Lazy Dogs of Summer was Tucker. That would be the dog or gentleman who fell asleep in his food after a long day of playing around. So one more time around the bend with traffic. Delays are starting to get heavier and heavier and heavier thanks to the fog this morning. Back up 61, backed up almost, Highway 61 would be Airline Highway, is backed up almost all the way to the Denham Springs exit. If you're heading I-12 westbound, delays after 61 heading into the 10-12 split. Looking relatively open after the 10-12 split, though, which isn't bad. Minor delays, but nothing substantial. 190 Florida Boulevard looking relatively open. 64 Magnolia Beach Road heading into Central. Intermittent delays, but nothing too bad. Currently, it is 74 degrees. Feels like 74 degrees. 87 degrees Fahrenheit is your high for today. 40% chance of afternoon thunderstorms. Again, my name is McHugh David, publisher and editor of the news. If you had joined us live and watched the show, we appreciate it. If you're watching on Facebook, we appreciate it. Or if you're watching or listening later, we appreciate you as well. We thank you guys for supporting us and listening to this show. You can find all of our content on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. You can also find us on our website, www.livingstonparishnews.com. It's $5 a month. If you're having trouble staying logged in, give us a call, 225-665-5176. We also have an app. If you don't want to pay for the stories, you can still get those breaking news stories, which is, when we have disastrous weather, road closures, those sorts of things. So be on the lookout for those. Please turn on your notifications if you have our app. Thanks again for joining us. We will be back this afternoon with a show. Little lighter day today in terms of coverage, so probably a lot of writing being rolled out. Thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you this afternoon.